people aren't wearing flares or any of that kind of thing. So I mean, it's quite a it was obviously quite smart in the way we did it, but we didn't quite know we were doing it, I think.
The film still runs once a week on, I think it's Friday night, and there's a smaller version, but nothing compared to America. They don't, get into the frocks quite so much. Americans seem to be more manic in that way, more obsessive, and the way that they identify so much with the characters and want to imitate them. The English are far more repressed and cool. They don't like to get around in fishnets quite so much. But the Americans just love that. They're more flamboyant in many ways.
A lot of these kids who perform in these shows and who get off on all of this sort of stuff will keep it alive for longer, and they'll pass it down to their younger brothers and sisters too as they go off to college or into the business world.
It has been passed on from generation to generation, from brothers and sisters and parents to their children, and somewhat of a rite of passage.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's probably the first time that the audience has been as much, if not a greater part of the creative process than the people that made it.
What was the matter? Damn it. I knew I should have gotten that spare tire fixed.
Now, what I want to know is how many people out here actually play Brad Majors? Yeah, right. 2%, right? 2%. What, is he boring? What? Huh? Okay, wait a minute. All the people who play Brad Majors, I want them all to say, along with me, damn it, Janet. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Damn it, Janet. I've got nothing to say, and that's damn it. I love you.
I think the opportunity to dress up and make believe. I think we all need to make believe. I'm lucky that that's my job, and I get paid to do it. But I know there's amateur dramatics, beauty pageants, Miss Junior America. All this cheerleading. It's all a need to an exhibitionist kind of need. There's nothing wrong with it.
They're closet actors. I don't know.
I really love that rock and roll.
In terms of not doing anything for my career, I don't think I've ever gotten another film based on it, but I think that I'm real pleased to have that extra audience.
It was the most joyous thing to do, and I think it's given immense pleasure to lots of people. It's given me a lot of pleasure.
It took me to LA and New York and into my first film, which Rocky Horror was my first film.
I thought it was a big adventure.
And when I was shooting it, it was great. And when I saw it in Philadelphia for the first time, I thought it was terrible. And then I saw it again with an audience full of people, because in Philadelphia there was no one there. Saw it with an audience full of people, and I said, this is great.
Brian's kind of fumbled with the white plastic bell. I taste her baby pink lipstick and that's with a nail. She was feeling riots and now she did. Get back and run, put some hair on, buddy. How to sing his very last song. When you're on the run, you try to sing along. Feel pretty good.
I had a vision when I was underwater. The scene when we were all underwater and and we were all kissing and hugging and everything. I had this vision that perhaps in about 3 or 4 years I saw thousands of kids dressed up in fishnet stockings, kissing each other's thighs in neighborhood swimming pools. And my God, it's come true, hasn't it? I think about the time Susan Sarandon stepped on my toe in 4.5-inch spike heels, and it's on film. You see it in the movie. It's right at the end when we're on stage. And what else do I remember? I remember trying to dance in 5-inch heels myself, wet, coming out of the pool, dressed in a Merry Widow. These are moments that I'll never be able to recapture. Who's going to ask me from now on in my career to dress up in that kind of costume? I'll never forget the time that they covered my entire body with plaster to make a plaster casting of my whole body to make that statue that happens on the end. I'll never forget how bloody cold it was when we would get out of the pool all the time. We were always wet, you know, because we were running around in underwear all the time.
Nothing has stopped it. I mean, 3 administrations at Fox couldn't kill it, and Ronald Reagan couldn't kill it. So I don't see what could stop it.
I think I'll be doing the time warp when I'm 90.
I'm happy with it as it is, as you know, as a kind of home movie about some pretty extraordinary people that lived at a particular moment in time and that somehow or other ended up entertaining the whole world.
Science fiction, double feature. Frank has built and lost his creature.